What's up, book besties? Welcome back to my channel. If you've seen my recent shorts, you know that I'm currently trying to re-enter a book reading era, so I thought a great way to kickstart my journey would be to make a book reading vlog. I have a mostly free day, so I have a few different goals that I have for reading today. First, I'm going to try going book thrifting. My local library has this section, or I guess it's just a single shelf, but basically they have this shelf of books and you can buy a hardcover book for $2 and a paperback book for $1. It used to be 50 cents for paperback and $1 for hardcover, but inflation. One of my neighbors also has a little library, and since it's on the way, I figured I'll just stop there and see if they have any books. I'm trying to get more into thrifting books because for the most part, I only like buying new books, but I know that those other books need a good loving home too. So I'm gonna try to give some thrifted books a home. We'll see if I find anything. If not, it is what it is. Honestly, it's probably better if I don't get any books because I already have a TBR that's way too long. My other goal today is to read. I'm currently reading The Poppy War, and my goal today is to read 100 pages. That might not seem like a lot to a lot of you, but I'm an extremely slow reader. When I say I'm a slow reader, I mean I'm a slow reader. I timed myself for the past few days and my average reading speed was about 30 pages an hour, which is pretty slow. When I get really into a book, I can read like 40 pages an hour, but that means that I'm going to be reading for probably at least 2 hours today. And then besides that, I also have some of my own other errands that I need to run. But for the most part, it's going to be a book vlog. So let's go. Okay, I'm in the car right now and I'm going to start driving over to the little library, and then I'm going to head to the library after that. And we're going to see if we can hopefully thrift a couple good books. Even if it's just one, I think I'd be really happy. It's kind of awkward just parking at someone's house, going to look at the little library, but that's what we're doing. So we're here now. I'm going to go check it out. This is what it looks like. There's much less books than last time I came. Last time I came, there were like multiple rows, but it has been a while. Just finished checking out the little library. There weren't any books that I wanted. I low-key think I might donate some to them because I have a lot of books that I'm not gonna keep and I don't really know what to do with them. So yes, I'm gonna do that eventually. And now we're just gonna head over to the library and see what we can find. You guys, first of all, I realized that there was no inflation. My mom said that the hardcover books were $2 now, paperback books were 50 cents, but I looked at their list and it still says hardcover is $1 and paperback is 50 cents. So I don't know what she saw. Maybe I underpaid them. Hopefully not. Anyways, I found quite a few books and now I'm going to show you the 5 books that I got. Okay, to start, I got 50 Shades of Grey. If I'm being so honest, I don't really know what it's about, but I know it's like such a popular series. They had all 3 of the books. I didn't want to get all 3 of them because I'm honestly not sure if I'm even going to like it, but it felt like a book that I should at least try to read. So since it's only 50 cents, I was like, I might as well get it. If I don't end up liking it, it was only 50 cents. Next, I got the Stephen King book. It's in really good condition. It actually looks brand new. I got it for $1 since it's hardcover, but I haven't read any Stephen King books, so I decided I should probably get one. I did want to read one of his books eventually. If you read the book, let me know how it is, if you think it's good, if it's worth reading, or if you think he has better books that I should read before this. As someone who doesn't really enjoy horror, by the way. So, next, these are going to be a bit controversial, and honestly, I'm slightly disappointed in myself for caving, but I got 2 Colleen Hoover books, Verity and Reminders of Him.
disgusting한 냄새가 나요. Disgusting shit.
I know, we hate Colleen Hoover. I hate her too, and so that's why I haven't gotten any of her books up until now, and I haven't read any of her books. But I saw them and I wasn't going to get them. I was like, no, I'm not going to get them. But I also feel like I'm one of the only people who hasn't read a single Colleen Hoover book. And I feel like I have to sometime in my life. I didn't want to fund her, obviously, since we don't like her. But since they were secondhand at my library, it wouldn't be funding her. It would be going to my local library. And they're only 50 cents. So this in total was $1. So I'm sorry. And finally, I got Frankenstein by Mary Shelley. We all know Frankenstein, of course. I read this in 10th grade. It wasn't a book that I enjoyed enough to actually like buy a new copy of, but since I saw they had like another copy for 50 cents, I was like, I might as well just get it. I think my brother might eventually need to read it too, so then this will be helpful for him. So that was my entire book haul, and now we're gonna go back home. It's currently 3:30. I actually got home at around 1 but I had to go grade some homework. So after finishing grading it, it is now 2:30 and I haven't read a single page yet. So we're real close to my goal, guys. But yeah, I got a pretty good haul. For only $3, I'm beyond happy. I was planning on going to the gym, but it took me longer than expected to grade those homework problems. So given the time right now, since I have to host office hours at 6, I don't think I'm really gonna have time to go to the gym and have a full workout session and then come back and shower. So I'm gonna be skipping today. I know. But you know, I will be reading instead. So if you really think about it, I'm still working out just my brain. That's also a muscle, right?
And what gave you the confidence?
Delusion.
Anyway, since I have some extra time, I thought I might give you a little tour of my bookshelves. I have this bookshelf over here, but most of it is K-pop albums because I'm also really into K-pop. And then I have this one section here that's just for books. But I ended up building 2 new bookshelves so I can put more books there, and I decided to space out some of my albums a little and then leave this as like a shelf for books. And then I just built this shelf. I was really proud because this was like my first time building something on my own. I know I didn't actually build it, I assembled it, whatever, same thing. But anyways, I was just really proud. This shelf is books that I read when I was younger, like middle school aged, but then they ended up having new books released more recently, so I ended up reading those and then putting them here. All my other like YA fantasy books I have downstairs in another shelf in my basement. Then this shelf is my DNF shelf. Yeah, these are books that I've thus far DNF'd and don't plan on reading. And then this shelf right now is my TBR shelf. It's all the books that I want to read, hopefully this summer. I'm a slow reader, so I don't think I'll get through all of them, but hopefully a good chunk of them. And then I have these that are empty that I'll fill up with new books in the future. This is my entire corner of books. I know it's not a lot, but I think it's really cozy and nice. And since I have like so many posters, I didn't want to have to take those down to have more room for shelves. So instead I just had 2 shorter ones. And I honestly like the vibe. It's kind of cozy. Okay, so I'm currently reading The Poppy War and I'm on page 160. I got there last night at 4 a.m. So my goal was 100 pages. So hopefully by the end of today, I'll be at page 260.
One eternity later.
You guys, it's currently 7:30 and I have read a grand total of 0 pages of my book. After I made that update, I went to go review a little for office hours, and then I ate my dinner, and then I came to do office hours. And usually office hours is pretty chill, but there were a lot of questions today. So this is like the first break I've had. I'm gonna try to start reading now, but I'm assuming more people are gonna come because today's a pretty busy day. And then I'll have the rest of the night to read. Morning. Yeah, you heard that right. Good morning. Yesterday was a day. After I finished office hours, I went to go lie down for a second because I was feeling a little tired, and then the next thing I knew, it was the middle of the night. So I slapped some pajamas on and then I went back to sleep, and lo and behold, it is now 10 the next day. Sorry about that. So yeah, my reading goal definitely was not achieved. I only got 10 out of 100 pages. I know, I'm sorry. But I decided that I'm gonna make up for it. This was supposed to be a one-day vlog, but to make up for it, I'm gonna be reading 200 pages today. Yeah, based on my reading speed, that's gonna be around 5 hours of non-stop reading at my fastest pace. But I'm not gonna be failing you guys this time. You guys, it is currently 11 p.m., which isn't that late, but I am only 60 pages in. After doing this challenge, I have realized even more how slow of a reader I am. Like, I knew I was a slow reader, but I've basically spent the whole day reading. Okay, that's not true. I did other things, but I spent a lot of time reading, and I'm only 60 pages in. And the thing is, I'm really enjoying the book. It's not like I'm like dreading reading it. I'm like spending my whole time reading it because I'm liking it. But then I look at the time that's passed and I'm like, it's been hours, but I've read like such few pages. I don't know what's wrong with me. That being said, I was planning originally on just recording here at 4 a.m. or whenever I finish my goal. But then I realized I have free will. And it's my videos, so yeah, we're not going to be getting an update. I'm sorry. I am still going to read some tonight, but I will not be filming another update because I don't want to be recording at 1 a.m. Okay, it's even later now. It's 2. I know I said that was going to be the last update, but I lied. Yes, I decided to start working on editing this video, and while I was editing it, I realized that I didn't talk about the Poppy War at all. And I'm sure there's some of you who stayed until the end because you wanted to hear my opinions, and I'm not going to let you down. No, I'm going to talk about it because it would be totally unfair if you waited this whole time just for a Poppy War update just to not get one, so don't you worry. I'm going to be giving it to you right now. I'm on like page 230 now, and I actually genuinely really love this book. Recently, I've read a lot of books that felt a bit YA for me. As a kid, I think I would have liked them more, but now that I'm like in college, I prefer reading books that have a bit of a more mature writing style, and this book has just that. It's actually such a beautifully written book. The world building is insane. I actually love books that like really develop around the world and you can like understand the system really well. I don't really like basic worlds where it's like you only know the very basic minimum facts that you need to know about the world. I love books where there's so much depth, and this book has that depth. I definitely think I'm still a bit confused on the war, but I'm slowly understanding it more. I love Kite. Kite? I think his name's Kite. He's such a cool dude. I love him. Yeah, I've been tabbing it quite a bit. My tabbing system is a bit incoherent, I'm not gonna lie. I kind of just tab based on vibes. Yes, but anyway, I'm fully enjoying it. I also love how like satisfying it is that Rin's able to like stand up for herself, and it just it's so satisfying to read. Rin's a baddie all the way through, and I love her. I love her for that. R.F. Kuang is an incredible writer, and I am so excited to read more of her work in the future and to finish this book, of course, in the series. So yes, for everyone who stayed until the end for the review, thank you so much, and I hope this satisfied your craving. Anyways, that's all for the video. I hope you enjoyed. Be sure to subscribe and also follow my TikTok and Instagram if you're interested, and I'll see you all next time. Bye!